And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the MotorMaster Monday main event of the evening. We have a special Crown Jewel event here hosted on NASCAR Heat 5 2023 MotorMaster Series action coming your way in these Xfinity cars. We have the 6th annual NOSSCAR Brickyard 200 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's a 50-lap event, and right now they are all chasing the pole sitter and points leader, Aaron Garcia, the number 9 Chevy Camaro for Timac Motorsports, and he's being pursued closely by the number 66 Juicy J Motorsports Toyota Supra entry, driven by Charles Jackson. 5 wins this season and coming off 2 wins in a row earlier tonight at Texas and Mid-Ohio. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, alongside my in-race reporter, driver of the number 22 Ford Mustang, Alex Tesdahl, the 2022 NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series champion. Thank you a bunch for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And as you pointed out, it's a 14-lap stage 1, and you guys have about 16 laps in your fuel window, so it's pretty much pedal to the metal at this point. What can we expect, in your opinion, in stage 1?
Well, so far it's looking like everyone's playing it relatively tame, so it might heat up in the end, scrapping for them points, though.
And just as we wrap that up with you, we should mention Tanner Swaley, the 2021 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion, has crashed on the back straightaway. Heavy front-end damage to the number 11 Chevy Camaro. The good news for him is Indianapolis, 2.5-mile oval. He might not lose a lap in this stage, and even if he does, he might be able to get that free pass. But tough way to start the 6th annual Brickyard 200. It's a race that everybody wants to win. And while we were discussing strategy in stage 1 with Alex Tesdahl, we also saw a change for the lead. Charles Jackson in the 66 car puts the Toyota out front, and he's looking for 3 wins in a row here in the MotorMaster Series. He clipped the wall coming out of turn 2, the outside wall, and contact was made between he and the 9. They both held on to it, but Charles is going to lose the lead to Aaron Garcia, and it's about a 3-car length advantage now for the driver of the 9 car. Behind them, the 21, Stephen Corley, has worked his way into 3rd and has no pressure from behind. Landon Jenkins in the 10, scored in 4th. He is our 2022 NOSSCAR World Champion from the F1 video games. And in 5th, just behind him, Jesse Carlson in the number 20, Juicy J Motorsports entry. The Juicy J Toyota's off to a great start in this race. They run 2nd, 5th, and 6th. Jordan Roughton's the 1 and 6th in the 18 car. But Jesse's got 1 win this season. Came on a road course, shocker. And he's looking to add more towards his run for the playoffs this year. One of the very, very best drivers to never win a NOSSCAR championship. And there's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. He's got a ton of front-end damage. He's towards the tail of the field. 20 cars started this race. Jeffrey running in about the 15th position, just behind Emily Sari in the 54, his teammate. Emily, the Canadian driver, runs in 14th, having a strong start to the Brickyard 200. Checking in now with Alex Tesdahl, because he's one of the front cars in this group. Alex, where are you running, and how's the car feeling in the early going?
Currently battling for P10, and the car's slightly tight, but not too bad.
And we'll get back with you later. Battle for 10th there on your screens. Dustin Hardy and Alex Tesdahl, no strangers to each other, have a little bit of history, and now Chris Ryan in the 1 car closing in on both of them. And there's Dave Marks Jr., Rockstar Racing driver. Kicked off the season with a top 3 finish in the Daytona 300. He's found a top 5 finish a couple of different times in the Crown Jewel races, looking to do the same thing here again today. And we shouldn't go without mentioning Timmy Brown in the 19. He won the very first
turn 4
NOSSCAR Brickyard 200. We have a crash in turn 4 we're hearing from Alex Tesdahl. And the caution is out on the racetrack for the first time today. It involved Chris Ryan in the 1. There's damage on all sides of this machine. Dave Marks Jr. got a piece of it towards the tail end, and we're going to throw it over to Alex Tesdahl to find out what happened. I'm going to guess that it started with Dave Marks Jr. or Jordan Roughton or Chris Ryan.
Started with the 18 car. He, for some reason, was parked in the middle of the track. Could not tell you
got a lot of damage as well. I suspect that a lot of cars will come to pit road. It's only a 20-car field, so there's not too much traffic out there. It might be worth having the fresh rubber. But definitely we'll see the 18 and the 1, maybe the 36 as well, come and assess that damage. We're under caution. And pit stops were made, at least by the drivers that are a bit deeper in the field. No change for position amongst the top 8. And we are green again here in stage 1 of the 6th annual Brickyard 200. Three laps. 10-4, thank you. Alex Tesdall letting us know, 3 to go. A lot on the line here. The stage winner gets a playoff point. The top 5 get those stage points. Aaron Garcia, your leader. Charles Jackson in second. They are the most winningest drivers of the season so far. 4 wins for Aaron, 5 wins for Charles. Landon Jenkins running third, has 2 wins this season. His first 2 wins ever in NASCAR on a NASCAR Heat game. Came so close so many different times in 2022, so it's great to see him break out and get those pair of wins back-to-back earlier this season. Getting a challenge now from Harold Burden in the 47 car. Oh, a little bit of contact made there, but the Brett Baker Racing driver is going to try to work his way into third. He's getting a push from the lime green, number 20 Toyota, that is Jesse Carlson. And Trey Hollywood, different paint job this time around, in the light blue and yellow, number 92 Chevy Camaro for Rockstar Racing. He is advancing forward. He's worked his way into fifth. So ever since that restart, we've seen drivers like Landon Jenkins and Stephen Corley get bumped out of the top 5, and now we've got some new players up here looking to try to work their way to the front and battle for the lead and for the win. And the draft is strong here. Indianapolis Motor Speedway down these long straightaways, especially in these Xfinity cars. If you can get lined up and grouped up, you can see how much ground that the driver of the 47 just gained on the top 2. They basically were there on corner entry, but they caught him at a weird time to the point where Harold in the 47 needed to lift a bit more than he wanted to. And he's going to try to chase him back down again, and you can see Charles and Aaron going all the way down to the bottom to try to break that draft, break that momentum. Are they coming to the checkers this time?
Yes.
And no doubt they're blocking and going down to the bottom. They're trying to hold on for the stage win, and a crossover move, textbook applied by Aaron Garcia in the number 9 Chevy Camaro. He takes the lead on the inside in turns 3 and 4, and he is going to hold on for the stage 1 win. Jesse Carlson's going to get third. Harold Burden's going to get fourth, and it was a drag race side-by-side for fifth between Trey Hollywood and Landon Jenkins. Alex, can you let us know who got fifth there?
Hollywood.
Awesome, thank you. And if that's the way the finish to the first stage goes, I can't wait to see the battle at the end. We saw a group of about 4 or 5 cars running about third on back to 7th, close the gap on the top 2, and that really made things interesting. And we saw a great battle between the 2 drivers that have had the best start to the 2023 season. Aaron Garcia in the 9, Charles Jackson in the 66. Charles went all the way down to the white line on the back straightaway trying to hold on to the lead, and Aaron did a crossover move in turn 3. Able to clear him coming out of 4 and hold on to it. Charles couldn't get the draft run that he was hoping for on the final straightaway. Green flag is back in the air. Stage 2 underway.
Caution's out.
And we have a caution we are hearing, and it must have been an incident deep in the field, and it was Tanner Swaley, the 2021 NASCAR Dirt Touring Series champion, involved in this is the second incident he has been involved in. Emily Sari and Timmy Brown might have got a piece of it as well. I don't see too much damage on those Toyotas. There's a little bit on Timmy Brown's nose and a little bit on the nose of the 54 machine as well, but nevertheless, this is the second caution for an on-track incident here for the 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200, and it involves the inaugural Brickyard 200 winner, and that of course is Timmy Brown. He won the 2018 Brickyard 200 win. Wild restart with 2 to go. He was able to edge out in front of me, clear me, and hold me off for the win. He'll tell you too. He loves to share that story. Coming to the restart zone, still in stage 2, and the green flag is waving. Charles Jackson and Jesse Carlson, the Juicy J Motorsports teammates, are going to lead them into turn 1. This event has been going on since 2018. Timmy Brown, Nathan Scott, Kevin Tattersall, Matt Smith, John Freeman, the 5 previous winners. And we're guaranteed to have a new winner here tonight, unless Timmy Brown in the 19 can find a way to the front and become the first driver to ever win 2 of these NASCAR Brickyard 200s. It's not out of the question. Harold Burden going for the lead on the inside. He's going to put the 47 Chevy out front for the first time today, trying to bring Landon Jenkins with him. And the Chevys are all kind of ganging up on the Toyotas. They were all down on the inside trying to work their way around Charles Jackson. Charles had a solid exit through 3 and 4. Solid couple of corners, was able to hold on to second, and now he draws closer to Harold Burden. You'll see exactly how important the draft is in one of these races throughout this battle. Jordan Routon in the 18 up to 5th. Sean Lucas in the 51 right there with him as well. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. just in front of them. So Jordan Routon running in the 8th position. We're watching a battle for 8th, 9th, 10th on back in this group. And contact was made there. Dustin Hardy made it 3 wide. Bumped into the side of the 22. The 22 bumped into the side of the 21 car. They all hang on to it, but that cost them all valuable time. And they're no longer in a group and able to use the draft. The top 7 or 8 might drive away because of this. This is what that battle for the lead looks like, and it changes what it looks like every lap, every corner. And right now, Landon Jenkins has put the number 10 Chevy Camaro out front for the first time today. And Harold Burden, just to put it in perspective how quickly it changes, Harold in the 47 was up there in the lead just about 2 or 3 laps ago. He's now running in 4th and was in danger of losing the draft at the front 3, but thankfully for him and fortunately for him, he has caught the draft again with the top 3 and has reeled them back in, and they are 3 wide for the lead up front. Settled back now down to just 2 by 2. And it's Aaron Garcia in the 9 car that's going to lead this lap. We have had 3 different leaders in the last 5 laps, folks. And now the drivers running 5th on back. Jesse Carlson, Trey Hollywood, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Jordan Routon. They just closed the gap tremendously down the front straightaway. They all had a solid 1 and 2, and now they are right there in line in the draft with the top 4. This is fantastic to watch. 20 cars on the racetrack for the 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200, and they're battling to try to work their way towards the leader for the Stage 2 win. The top 10 all have the draft with each other, as now Sean Lucas in the 51 and Dustin Franklin in the 07 have caught the draft with the lead group. Justin Hardy runs 11th, leading the second group of cars with Chris Ryan, Stephen Corley, Alex Tesdall running 12th, 13th, and 14th. And a long way to go in this race, but not necessarily in the stage. Let's throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. A couple of questions for you. Alex, how many laps to go, and what happened to you, buddy? We know you were in the second group a moment ago.
We have 4 to go, and I got put in the fence.
I'm sorry to hear about the second part there. Good news for you is you're going to be on the lead lap for the final stage, and good luck to you from that point forward.
Thank you.
So 4 laps to go, we're hearing. Pardon me. They're all chasing the points leader, Aaron Garcia. 4 wins for him this season. Charles Jackson running in second. 5 wins for him this season, and coming off back-to-back wins, looking to make it 3 in a row here tonight. Harold Burden running in third. No wins for him this season. Landon Jenkins runs in fourth. 2 wins for him this season. Earlier in the year, 2 back-to-back wins. Jesse Carlson comes in with a win as well. He scored in 5th. The cream of the crop are rising to the top for the end of stage 2. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 laps to go. Right here at the line this time. 3 to go, my bad. This is why we have Alex Tesdall, folks. 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion. In-race reporter, providing us good analysis on the race and keeping us well informed as we don't have a leaderboard or a lap counter up here in the booth. And they're still chasing Aaron Garcia. The top 2 have actually broken away a little bit from the rest of the group. Harold Burden's running third, leading this, what is now, I guess, the second group of cars. There's 4 of them. Harold, Landon, Jesse, and Jeffrey. And only 3 of the 4 are going to get stage points. The top 5 get those stage points. 2 laps to go at the line right now. So pit road is now closed. And we're going to see how this all shakes out. If the top 2 get to battling, the top 4 might catch them. But now, excuse me, the next 4. But now these next 4 are actually the ones battling. So the top 2 might be safe to battle it out for this stage 2 win. A couple of them just bounced off the wall. 47 and the 20. The 10 had to take evasive action, and he does, and he's actually going to challenge the 47 of Harold Burden for third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. did a good job as well. Picks up the 5th position, was able to dodge that mess. What this also allowed was Trey Hollywood in the blue and yellow, number 92 Camaro. He's running in 7th. It allowed him to really close the gap, and if he could get the draft down this front straightaway and maybe the back straightaway, he might be able to slingshot his way to get a top 5 and get some stage points. The white flag has been shown to these drivers. Side by side for the stage 2 win. Aaron Garcia and Charles Jackson. Oh, contact was made. Nothing major. And a drag race down the back straightaway. They are swerving and blocking back there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But we're going to keep the cameras on the side-by-side battle for the stage 2 win. Out of 3 and going into 4. Charles Jackson is going to clear them. And a very similar looking outcome from stage 1, except the roles are reversed. This time it's Charles Jackson completing the pass going into turn 3 and holding on for the stage 2 win over Aaron Garcia. And Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is going to finish in 3rd. Jesse Carlson in the 20 in 4th. And Harold Burden's going to round out the top 5. Well, Alex, now's your chance. You're going to have an opportunity to pit, just like everybody else. You're going to be able to put 4 tires on it, make an adjustment, repair the damage. What's the game plan from here?
Try to get a great restart and get back into the top 10.
What do you think we can expect in this final stage? We've already seen 2 cautions for on-track incidents.
I think it's going to get crazier from here.
10-4 on that. Good luck to you in the final stage. How many laps is the final stage looking to be here?
Not sure. I will let you know in a sec.
10-4. Thank you very much. Folks, final stage of the 6th annual NOSSCAR Brickyard 200 is about to begin. The green flag has been shown, and these drivers are underway.
18 to go.
18 laps to go in the final stage. And that means everybody is going to be about, what, 2 laps short on fuel, or can everybody make it?
No, it's like right on the money.
This could come down to some fuel mileage strategy, but we highly doubt we're going green to the end from here. Nevertheless, Charles Jackson in the 66 is your race leader, looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., who really had a heartbreaker earlier tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, he's the one up there running in second, but now being challenged by the 9 of Aaron Garcia. And sometimes here at Indy, the outside line can prevail on these straightaways because that's where most of the cars go to set themselves up for the next corner, and that tends to be the better drafting line down these straightaways. Jeffrey was able to utilize that, use it to his advantage, and holds on to second for the time being. He's right in between the cars that have been the quickest all day long, 66 and the 9. Ray Hollywood has worked his way all the way up to 4th in that 92 car, the highest he's run all day long. Jordan Roughton has found his way to 5th, but he's being challenged by the 47 of Harold Burden. They're 3 wide, or they were for a moment going into turn 3. They thought better of it. And back to single file down the front straightaway now. The battle for the lead is heating up. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. goes to the outside. I'm not sure if he got a shot from the 9 or not, but he's going to give up second. It's definitely not the groove you want to use here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He tucks back in line. He's got drafting help from Trey Hollywood. It's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61s looking for his first career NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win. Trey Hollywood has wins in this series already, but he's looking for his first of the 2023 season. Both drivers running 2nd and 4th right now as Jeffrey was able to slingshot his way by the 9 car. Jeffrey looks every bit as fast as the drivers around him. And they are blocking going into turn 1. Some of these drivers taking a lower entry into the corner to try to keep the preferred line. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. went to the outside instead, and he takes the race lead. And we have a spin going into turn 1. Yeah, we had the 10 of Landon Jenkins around. I don't believe there was contact with any other car, at least after the spin. But you might have had help before that, I'm not sure. But I do know if you get down into the grass with your left side tires, the car will come around on you. Landon Jenkins has lost a ton of track position, and his teammate Tanner Swaley is off the racetrack and done for the day in the 11. So it's not been a good day, not been a good night here at Indianapolis for Bull Pluto Motorsports, brand new team here in NOSSCAR. What this did is it kind of strung the field out a little bit. Everybody is very spread out at this point because of this, and now everybody's been able to take a couple of laps and try to regroup and see what they need to do. The top 4 are still within striking distance, using the draft very well together. And if Harold Burden and Jordan Roughton can get a little closer, it's going to pull another 3 cars with them. So we might have about 10 cars still within striking distance to win this race. Some of them are going to need to be saving some fuel along the way because we didn't expect this, Alex, especially after having 2 cautions for crashes earlier. But we very well might go green the rest of the way now that everybody is very spread out.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. As it's looking, it might be about a half a lap short, so it is savable. You just have to be aware of it.
And typically at these tracks where the draft means a lot, the leader is usually the one that's full throttle, of course, and saving the least amount of fuel. So you gotta wonder what the gas gauge looks like, the fuel pressure gauge looks like for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. out here looking for his very first NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win. The only series on NASCAR Heat 5 he holds a win in, shockingly, is the NOSSCAR Legend Series in those Cup cars. And what's shocking about it is he's had so many great runs in the MotorMaster Series, Tailgate Truck Series, Platinum Cup Series, so many top fives and Final Four appearances in a couple of different series. But he's never been able to find a win here in the MotorMaster Series or a couple of other series in the same category and same division. Oh, and just behind him, Aaron Garcia bounced off the wall. That allowed Trey Hollywood to pass him, and it's going to allow Harold Burden in the 47 to draw beside him here. That's a battle for fourth. That really held up everybody, though, from about third on back, and that's exactly what Jeffrey Robinson Jr. wanted to see, maybe Charles Jackson as well, because they run first and second. They now have about a 7 or 8 car length advantage over Trey Hollywood, who does not have a dance partner right now. There's a couple of drivers that need a caution to get back into this thing. And that includes Landon Jenkins. Might include Sean Lucas in the 51 and Alex Tesdall, Dave Marks Jr., Emily Seri, Dustin Franklin. The final stage has not went their way. Some of these drivers find themselves either just outside or just inside the top 10, which is a respectful place to finish and a good point stay, but they would love to see a caution probably. Got to get on up there and win this race. Only one former NASCAR Brickyard 200 winner in the field, Timmy Brown, running in 15th. Would love to see a caution as well. Try to get back up there in that 19 car. And the battle for the lead looks like this. Jeffrey and Charles working great together. They are driving away. They are teammates at Juicy J Motorsports. Jeffrey's looking for his first career NASCAR MotorMaster Series win. Charles looking for his 6th win of the season and 3rd in a row. It'll be interesting to see how these two race each other from this point forward, because that's Charles racing against his boss, the owner of the team. And the owner of the team is looking for his first career win. You gotta wonder if he's gonna maybe take it easy on him and let him have this one maybe, or if Charles is gonna go for it. Gotta go for 3 in a row and 6 on the year. You know, Charles is a stats guy. Earlier tonight, he captured his 100th career win throughout all of the leagues he has ever entered, all of his league races. It'd be great for him to after 101 here. And he's going to take the lead going down the back straightaway and into turn 3. He clears Jeffrey. And you got to wonder if maybe Charles was saving a bit of fuel in the draft with the 61. And it'll be interesting to see if Jeffrey makes a move back on him right away, or if he's going to choose to save his stuff a little bit behind the 66 and wait. You can only imagine what's going through the mind of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Going for that first win. He's come so close so many times, but this might be the closest. It might not get any closer than this. Let's throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Alex, a couple of cars are out of the race and a lot of drivers spread out around the field. Wanted to touch base with you. We see that you're battling with Sean Lucas in the 51, Dustin Hardy in the 44. What position are you all running in? How many laps to go? How's the car handling for you?
10th, 11th, and 12th, and coming to 7th to go. And the car feels alright. It's a little on the loose side late in the run, but manageable.
Emily Seri behind you. Is she running in 13th? It looks like she's got pretty good speed here at Indy.
Yes.
Oh, good run for Emily here tonight as well. Looking to make the playoffs. She's in a playoff spot for the Truck Series, but a little bit outside or below the cut line for MotorMaster. The only Canadian in the field and doing a pretty good job in the Juicy J Motorsports Toyota. So are her teammates. Back up front, here they are, two Juicy J Motorsports drivers battling for the lead here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 7 laps to go, coming to 6 to go this time by, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll be interesting to see when Jeffrey makes the move, the corner it's in, and what he does. We know Charles will throw the block. We saw him earlier block to keep the lead a couple of different times, especially when there was a large group of cars with him. And this is a little different. This is the team owner who's looking for his first career win. I wonder if we'll see any blocking at all. Alex, what do you think we'll see in this battle between them?
Charles definitely is not going to lay over. He wants every win he can get.
That's fair. No, that I can't say I disagree. Yeah. I think that's what we'll see too. I was really thinking about this. Now Jeffrey might be saving a little bit. Instead of closing right in on the back bumper of Charles in pretty much every straightaway, it's staying about a car length, and you gotta wonder if now he's saving a bit of fuel. We know everybody was right on the button to making it to the end here. And Jeffrey led the most laps in this final stint, so he might be the one with the least amount of fuel, and he might have to save a little bit for a couple of laps before he can make that run, that Charles Jackson. Aaron Garcia in the 9, the pole sitter for this race. He has worked his way into 3rd. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm a little surprised by this because Chris Ryan was far deep in the field at one point in this race, but Chris Ryan in the 1 has worked his way into 4th. Stephen Corley in the 21 is running 5th. Trey Hollywood in 6th. Jordan Roughton in the 18 car in 7th. That's the kind of the second group of cars here, and they're hoping for the entire top 3 to run out of fuel. Chris Ryan has won races here in the MotorMaster Series before. Stephen Corley, the same thing, and he's got a truck win as well. Trey Hollywood has MotorMaster Series wins. Jordan Roughton in the 18 has found victory lane as well. But all of them looking for their first win of the 2023 season. And back to the battle for the lead up front. Charles Jackson has put a lot of distance on Jeffrey Robinson Jr. In fact, it kind of looks like Jeffrey is trying to slow down and save his fuel a little bit. You can see he's actually dropped into 3rd behind Aaron Garcia in the 9. Might be in a bit of trouble for gas. And that's a heartbreaking thing to see. We were really excited for Jeffrey. Led a lot of laps in this race. Didn't qualify as strong as he wanted to, but did he ever drive to the front, and did he ever stay there? He's been a threat for the lead all race long, and we thought that tonight was going to be the night. And now beginning to lose the draft a little bit here with the 9 car. And I think that Charles Jackson in the 66 is lifting a little bit as well. Aaron Garcia is gaining a bit of ground on him now. He's driving away from Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and closing in on Charles Jackson. And Alex, I need you to remind me here, do we have 3 laps to go this time by?
2 to go this time by.
All right, see, if it was 3 laps to go, Aaron might have enough time, and even then it's a bit of a long shot, but now 2 laps to go at the line. Charles Jackson is leading. He's looking to make it 6 wins on the year and 3 in a row. Aaron Garcia looking for his 5th win of the season. Comes into this race as the points leader. He won the pole for this race. Won stage 1, finished 2nd to Charles Jackson in stage 2. And this was kind of, you know, the rubber match. This was round 3. This was the finals. They both had a stage on each other. Both finished 2nd in the other stage to each other. And now running 1st and 2nd here in the final stage. Coming around at a 3 and 4 to take the white flag for the 6th annual Brickyard 200. Oh! Contact with the outside wall for Charles. It's going to hinder his speed down the long front straightaway a little bit. And Charles Jackson also went way down to the inside wall to break any draft momentum that he could. I don't think Aaron's close enough to have the draft, but Charles not taking any chances. They are on the final lap. 20 drivers started the race, and we've almost got it wrapped up and in the history books. 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200 in these Xfinity cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. All of them hosted on a NASCAR Heat game. Started on NASCAR Heat 2 in 2018. 5 different winners in the first 5 years. And today, Charles Jackson joins an elite list of race winners here for the Brickyard 200 Crown Jewel event. Here he comes. Checkered flags are in the air. Charles Jackson wins the NOSSCAR Brickyard 200 here in 2023. Sixth win of the season and 3rd in a row. It's been a long time since a driver has won 3 MotorMaster races in a row. The last one was Matt Smith in 2022. Now Aaron Garcia will finish in 2nd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is going to finish in 3rd. Don't forget photos of the results for me, Alex. Thank you a bunch, my friend. Yeah, what a race and what a finish. I knew that we had a good one coming for you. Once we saw the finish of stage 1, I thought to myself, man, if they're battling this hard for the stage 1 win, then the race finish is going to be exciting. And they delivered. 20 drivers came out for the 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200. When it was all said and done, when the smoke settled and cleared, it was indeed Charles Jackson, the number 66 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports, bringing it home and parking it in Victory Lane. We will hear from him in just a moment from Victory Lane. And welcome to the post-race interview show from the 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200. We start with the driver who finished in 3rd, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we have Jeffrey Robinson Jr., driver of the number 61.
No, he got 2nd.
Oh, okay. So let me just ask you guys this: Did Aaron Garcia in the 9 run out of fuel at the end or something?
Yes.
Did he finish in 3rd? Okay. See, I missed that on my camera, so I do apologize for that. We're going to begin the post-race interviews with the driver who finished in 2nd, actually, with Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the driver of the 61 Toyota Supra, the team owner for Juicy J Motorsports. We talked about you a lot in this race, especially at the very end, but really all race long. You were in the top 5 and digging for the lead. You led the most laps in the final stint there at the end, but then all of a sudden Charles Jackson took off. I think he saved the fuel while you were leading those laps. I'm not too sure. Take us through the final stage there when you were leading those laps. It looked like you were the favorite to win this thing. You're sitting in 7th in the point standings after tonight. It was a strong points night for you. At what point in this race did you know that it was going to be a good points race for you? At one point did you realize that you had a shot to win this thing? Another solid points night for you, though. Congratulations on a runner-up finish in the 6th annual Brickyard 200. It's one of the crown jewel events that everyone wants to win, and not many people can say that they've come as close as you have here tonight. Congratulations, buddy. And moving to victory lane, I don't believe we have Aaron Garcia available, so we're going to go on ahead and celebrate in victory lane here with the driver of the 66 Toyota Supra, Charles Jackson. And that is 6 wins on the year, 3 in a row, and another crown jewel victory for you in NASCAR. This time it comes in the form of the 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200. 6 different winners and a list of drivers that are elite here in the NASCAR Heat community. You joined that list of names. How does it feel?
Feels really good. Winning at my home track, I won my first race in NASCAR at this track, and after the night I figured it would be really bad if I ended up losing at my home track. Glad I got to work with my team owner there. I got him out in front of me, saved the field behind him. When I had enough, I seen him make one mistake. I went around him. I was hoping he could save the gas behind me, and he was able to. So, Juicy J 1-2, let's go.
There you go. It doesn't get much better than that. And you're just on a tear lately. 3 wins in a row. It's safe to say you're in the zone, but what do you do to prepare for these races? What do you think it is that's been kind of separating yourself from the rest of the field as of late?
Smoke a lot of weed, man. Wow.
Let's keep it PG. How do you go about preparing for these races? Do you practice lots? Do you look at the format of the race and see what the laps are like? What do you do?
I don't practice a lick. I don't look at anything. I have no idea what I'm going to do until I'm in the race, and usually just follow by cross around until I figure out what to do and then try to beat them.
Fair enough. Yeah, you just wing it, eh? You wild man it.
It works.
Fair enough. Yeah, something's working for you. Congratulations, my friend. 6th annual NASCAR Brickyard 200 belongs to you, Charles Jackson.
Thank you, man.
And that's going to pretty much do it. We're going to get ready to wrap things up here. Final thoughts from Alex Tesdall, the driver of the 22 Ford Mustang.
It was an overall pretty good race. That last stage went a lot cleaner than I expected, and had top 5 speed. It's just couple things kept going wrong and couldn't stay with the pack.
Did you rally back for that top 10 at least?
Yeah, finished P9. I'll take it. Could have had a top 5. It's just, yeah.
What was going on deeper in the field there outside the top 10 towards the end of the race? Because last we checked on you and Emily Sari, you were both about the 11th to 13th region, and all of a sudden both of you were able to get up there and get top 10 finishes out of this. Did a couple drivers make mistakes or run out of fuel?
What allowed Emily to steal that top 10 is me and the 44 had a little bit of a scrap, and he ended up getting the crappy end of the stick and spun himself on the grass.
Oh, okay. So a couple of errors at the end really changed the finishing order on us there. Okay. And we also saw Aaron Garcia. Well, we missed it, but the drivers saw Aaron Garcia run out of fuel near the end, and he slipped back to 3rd. There was a lot that happened right at the very end, but nevertheless, Charles Jackson holds on for the big win. Driver of the number 66 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports. Juicy J drivers finishing 1-2 in this race, and had some flashes of brilliance from other drivers in their program, like Jordan Roughton and Timmy Brown as well. And it's gonna do it. And Emily Sari as well, finishing in the top 10 for Juicy J. That's gonna do it, though, folks. We hope you enjoyed this edition of MotorMaster Monday, 6th annual Brickyard 200 in the history books. We're glad you joined us. Texas is also available on the NASCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. That was from earlier tonight. And We hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Good night, everybody. Stay fast.